Masquerade say Zimbabwe, welcome to our channel Zoom Confessions and Deep Secrets. Kana kariki kutanga kuku hapa na channel. Please don't forget to subscribe. Kana chungwa karoka subscribe, but don't forget to comment and share this video. Masquerade Zimbabwe tapigirai yabuditswa na an economic watcher and a political analyst vakopan madzivanyika vabuda vachitaura vachiti the business person Mike Chimombe, and he is not going to be prosecuted nenyaya 75 million court scandal, and nekuda kwekuti nyaya iyi iri kuinvolva a number of vanhu vasingatangike vasingabatike big fish vakabuda vachitaura during an interview with HSTV. Madzivanyika vakataura vachiti Chimombe ari kupanishwa nenyaya yekuexposa kwakaita president Emerson Mnangagwa's dirty economic deeds. Akabuda achitaura achiti we have enough resources to build a modern Zimbabwe, challenging ngoripo chete hanzi ndecorruption. Madzivanyika vakataura vachiti the circle yawikinochivayo Mnangagwa naChimombe hanzi ndo iri kupanishirwa Chimombe nekuexposa kwaakaita. Akabuda achitaura iye achiti the reason why Chimombe asiri kuzochajwa pamusoro penyaya iyi hanzi because yakajigwa mari nevanhu vakawanda hanzi it involves big fish muZimbabwe. Kutaura kwatiri kuita akasike kutanga economic analyst akawanda akabuda achitaurawo achiti corruption is the only thing iri kuraya Zimbabwe. The ZW News yakabuditsa nyaya iyi machiti the economic watcher and political analyst Koban Madzivanyika says detained business person Mike Chimombe will not be prosecuted over the 75 million court scandal because it involves a number of untouchables. Speaking in an interview with HSTV, Madzivanyika said Chimombe is being punished for exposing President Emerson Mnangagwa's dirty economic deeds. We have enough resources to build a modern Zimbabwe. The only challenge we have is corruption, he said. Madzivanyika tore into Chimombe, Mnangagwa, Wikinochivayo, saying it's a corruption circle, hearing that Chimombe is being punished for exposing Mnangagwa's corruption. He further said that the reason why Chimombe is not being charged of the US 75 million gold scam is because it involves more untouchable names. Apparently, economic analysts in the country and abroad say Zimbabwe is failing because of rampant corruption. However, the government is attributing the country's economic crisis to restrictive measures imposed on the country. And wabuditiro akaitwa nyaya iyi tichitoda kusiyai muchingonzo wamadzivanyika vachitaura pamusoro penyaya iyi muhamadzaza muri kufunga mucomment section.
The fundamentals to be right. The challenge that we have in Zimbabwe, Dara, we have got enough resources for recurrent expenditure, for finance national budget, to buy equipment for hospitals, to build all those schools and everything. We have got enough local resources. The problem is corruption. The problem is corruption. When Zimbabwe collects all those tax revenue and submit to the Ministry of Finance, the problem now is when the ministry then make a disbursement to the Ministry of Education. That's where the problem starts. Because the Ministry of Education, for example, will enter into a contract with Chivayo, for example, to say, Chivayo, can you come and supply this to our sector, education sector? The same applies to the Ministry of Mines, the same applies to other ministries. And then you know what happens? The process of tenders and contracts becomes a way or a conduit upon which our national resources are going to be milked. So, someone is asking to deliver vehicles, for example, they don't deliver them, and they go scot-free without the application of the contract law. We are aware that if someone violates a contract, the law should take its course. But the government is quiet. The ministers are quiet. The Minister of Finance is quiet. So what happens is that we are collecting resources which is supposed to benefit the generality of the people of Zimbabweans. But those resources do not reach the intended consequences. How would you explain a situation that 79 million was stolen, which was supposed to have supported the presidential body scheme? How can it happen? How can you steal money from the president's scheme and got away with it?
But people haven't got away with it, have they?
They have.
They are in remand prison right now.
The case before the court is not about the issue of failure to deliver the cost. The case before the court is the issue of fabricating the test clearance. It's test clearance. And also the issue of fabricating, I can't remember the command, the issue, but it has totally nothing to do with the courts.
They are accused of stealing 7.2 2 million from government.
Ah, that is very little. Because how many goods were delivered? The goods were delivered with the amount to 632,000 only. What happened with the difference from 79 million? It doesn't make sense. These guys are just being punished for leaking out sensitive information. They were not supposed to leak out information that is dealing with those audios that exposes the procedure. That is their only crime. Because if that was if the issue of gods was the issue, we could have seen many more arrests. Shiva recently was heard on audio talking about the issue of the ZEG materials. Why is it being arrested? Is the law being selectively applied? Everything around this defies logic. So the biggest challenge that we are having, blessed, is corruption. We've got enough local resources for recurrent expenditure.
Comment on the arrest. Mike Chimombe and Moses Mpofu Abuda on his ex-endo achiti. This case is more political than it is legal. Abuda Ashtaura on his ex-endo Abuda achiti. I didn't want to comment on the Chimombe and Mpofu case, but the latest revelations that the case will be broadcasted live has confirmed many suspicions that there is a third hand behind. The case is more political than legal, as all the vestiges of the latter have fallen away. The theatrics are efforts of a hidden hand making a statement of power. The basic fact of the case itself would allow for Chimombe to be given bail long back, as he has nothing to do with the case. It's not his company, and he was never part of the negotiations for the God deal. Yet the hidden hand seeks to flex its power and flaunt its extravagant leverage in ZANU-PF. We all know who the third hand is, but time is our master. An ex-convict can only survive for so long, even with all money to silence and buy support. And the ZANU-PF are square such that one can wantonly abuse others like this. Some of us experienced the same with ZRP Commissioner Chiuri during his reign. I was persecuted and dragged through courts unceasingly. Yet Mwari Dewe Wese Nasi RP Chiuri. It's a warning to all those tagging the strings behind the scenes. When you have access to wire offices, utilize it for positive things, not wanton abuse of others. If these were the biggest corrupt cases, we could believe the need to televise all that. Yet even bigger corruption cases like the Sandura Commission have been held away from the limelight. It's very sad how the whole system can be corrupted and abused to pander to the whims of a minored person. Still, there is a limit to the use of money to buy control and leverage in the party. One day, we know who is behind all this. God isn't for one person. Ndonya yakabulitwa wanatemba mlisi kwa mreza Zimbabwe achitaura iye achiti kusungwa kwa Mike Chimombe na Moses Mpofu and kuri political and probably it's because of kuexpose kwaitwa the ZEC deal mureza Zimbabwe. Tisingaziva kuti munoona sei nyaya iyi 2 days amurufunga pamusoro penyaya iyi mu comment section.